as we go into the next week, I thought that we would take a look at all the Xbox news that has took place as we start Monday and go into the news week. Let's dive into everything right now, including comments from CEO Andrew Wilson, why web apps are going to get better, and a few other things. Let's talk about it all right now. I think for me, one of the more interesting topics was this Andrew Wilson quote. Andrew Wilson, as you know, is the CEO of Electronic Arts, and he said something sort of surprising about the acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft. Here's the quote. I think that Microsoft and Activision is a great thing. It means that one of the world's largest companies is going to continue to invest in our industry to help us grow the industry over time. But as we think about our position, certainly as an independent developer and publisher of the world's leading interactive entertainment content, we feel really good about our opportunity. And to the extent that there are opportunities for us to be acquisitive, we would, of course, look at those. I think he's talking about being acquired or acquiring. Anyway, seems overall positive on the Activision Blizzard note, which is a bit of a surprise. In addition to his comments, Phil Spencer also showed up at BlizzCon for the first time, talking about how Activision is now part of the Xbox family. And the first game that I suppose comes out under that umbrella is Modern Warfare 3, which is not reviewing particularly well. I don't think that's really reasonable to put that at Xbox's feet or to make any correlation between Xbox owning a company and the few days later, a game coming out that is poor. I don't know that that's the case. You have to remember that's also being developed under a team that is trying to unionize, and there's a whole bunch of stuff that is happening there. Let's see where we're at in a year before we start jumping to conclusions like that. And that's sort of my hot take. Good to see Phil Spencer at BlizzCon, however. And I definitely enjoyed seeing his speech and talks about his hope for the future. Moving on, Famitsu released some console sales figures, and it looks like the Xbox Series X is still continuing to do well in Japan. This is from Gamatsu, who translated the article. It says the Switch OLED model still doing very well, 53,381 units sold. The Switch, 6,200, probably getting harder to find, but so they're at 25 million Switch units sold. And if you include 30 million, if you include the 5 million of Switch Lite, wow. Xbox Series X has sold 2,903 units, bringing their grand total up to 229,898. PlayStation 5 sold 2,717, bringing their total up to 3.9 million. And the Xbox Series S sold 398 units. It is good to see that the Series X and the Series S continue to sell well there, but they have a long way to go when you're talking about, just guesstimating here, 500,000 units versus the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and the Switch units, which are dominating them. But it is nice to see that it is continuing to sell. The PlayStation 5 digital also selling very low, 216 units, bringing just the digital edition comparable to where the Xbox Series X and S is, and the DS LL, the 2DS LL, sold 23 units, bringing the total to 1.1 million. Make no mistake, Xbox has a uphill battle in that particular territory, and I don't think anything major is going to happen overnight, but they've already surpassed basically every other console in terms of sales. So there is still hope for them in that region, and it is interesting to see them continue to grow in that respect. Just like this channel continues to grow as I screw up my promo. When you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Don't forget to hit the like button if you are already subscribed. Thank you so much, everybody. Continuing on, there was one other story that I wanted to go over today, and that was that Microsoft is allowing a new... I'll just read the quote from The Verge. Microsoft is finally allowing Xbox app developers to use the Chromium-powered version of Edge to improve their app support for Microsoft's Edge. WebView 2 on Xbox is now available. allowing Xbox Media app developers to embed the latest web technologies inside Xbox apps and improve performance. Developers have been previewing this support for months, and it has been a highly requested feature according to Microsoft. Streaming App Stars is one of the first to utilize WebView 2, but we're hoping to see others work this into their media apps and lightweight games on Xbox in the coming months. That is via The Verge. Every time you get one of those pop-ups that tell you to, sign an agreement or something, hopefully this can streamline the whole situation a little bit better. Now, that is largely what has been going on with Xbox. I think one of the big conversations that I saw over the weekend was that Xbox fans think that Modern Warfare 3 is getting low review scores because it's something to do with Xbox. That's not true at all. Modern Warfare 3 just seems to be like a problem in terms of design, in terms of how quickly it was developed. You have to remember that Jason Schreier reported that there were supposedly going to be delays for that game, but they decided to push it through anyway. Honestly, with all the situations that have been going on at Activision Blizzard, especially over the last year, they're working on being acquired. I just think the timing was off in terms of release. They should have just delayed one Call of Duty release, but Microsoft doing things like putting that full splash screen on the Xbox app. I don't know if you've seen this, but apparently when you sign in to your Xbox, you get greeted with this full page ad for Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Please don't continue doing that, Microsoft. That is not something that I want to see into the future. Other things going on with other Activision properties. So nobody's talking about Diablo 4 Season 2 being apparently really, really good. Is that Xbox's fault also? Diablo 4 Season 2 is all of a sudden really good and people are really hyped about the new season of Diablo because of Microsoft? No, it's just anytime somebody thinks there's something negative happening, they're like, well, that's because no, that's not true, because there's a lot of good things happening at Activision Blizzard right now, including the World of Warcraft stuff that was announced over the weekend. BlizzCon itself, based on everything that I'm seeing online, was really, really light this year. But, we got Season 2 of Diablo. We have the first paid expansion. World of Warcraft Classic Plus is getting renewed interest. They're doing a 3-part expansion for World of Warcraft. So there's a ton going on in the Activision sector. And one of the things that I'm going to have to get used to is covering Activision more on this channel, because it is now a part of the overall conversation when we're talking about Xbox. So good on them for sort of getting a lot of cool stuff out there that the fans are going to be into for World of Warcraft, for Diablo. I'm excited to see where those games go into the future. I've made no secret about my contempt for where Diablo 4 sat for the first season. It was a big letdown, but happy to see where it is today. Anyway, I'll keep an eye out for news stories. I'm working on something a little bit bigger, sort of in my spare time, and that'll probably come out. But like I've said a few times on the channel, I got to figure out what to do now that I don't have a court document leaked every single day. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my content goes live. I really do appreciate you watching. I really appreciate the members for all the support of the channel. Thank you so much. Click that join button if you want to become a member and support these videos coming out. I got to get out of here, but check out this video where I talk about the last big news update. Paul and I talked about Destiny, and you're not going to want to miss that one. Actually, it's over here. I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.